shall be 7. That can be changed to 5 or increased by 2. It's a committee who does it, and then it goes to the board. It's important to update them.
I think it's a very good idea, but updating might also include bringing all of our documents into compliance with recent Florida legislation. And that would probably require some professional help.
That's going to cost you well over $2,000 to do this. Huh?
No, Helen, I don't think it's the cost we should be thinking of, but on the argument that we say, it was all read off the same page as to what we're doing right or wrong. The one other little thing might be like a percentage, like on page 10, for instance, on the annual assessment. The old thing was $240 per lot on a final 2 and $840 for the commercial part, which was, there'll be a number change or a percentage change in those things.
The percentage change, the percentages have only been done by 10%.
Okay.
And in the 20 years, we've gone from 240 to 319.
Okay.
Documents going to be on the same 319 now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, those little things like that, those would be easy changes, because you know those right off the top of your hat, with the dues and things paid.
Well,
And also anything that we want to do.
I'm just going to point something out. I'm going to recommend that we table this issue until we are no longer pitted in litigation with one of the homeowners. Do not attempt to alter any documentation concerning bylaws or laws of this place until we are done with that litigation. It will further confiscate our efforts and cost us money and legal fees to review and do stuff. So let's table it. Good idea.
I agree.
Time to deal with
I
it.
okay.
Yes, I personally would like to get an updated copy, whatever we've got, those changes, because mine goes back to 1992.
Okay, I have copies I have the 1995 copies.
Okay, I just like an updated copy.
And another thing, if you're going to go through and update these, what are you, is that going to take in all the records of when somebody painted their house, changed the color of their house?
No.
These are bylaws.
This is bylaw.
But that's-
They are not edited over time. The only time that you can change a bylaw is at this annual meeting, basically, or with 61%, 61%, 74% of the homeowners answering to a bylaw request change. The only thing that the legislature is asking us to do is to use appropriate verbiage and things that show time elements in the bylaws to change that language where it's more updated. It would not constitute a change of the bylaws that the homeowners are required to approve. This is a board action that simply updates the bylaws. If we do anything that changes the characteristic of the bylaws, it must go to the ownership and be approved. So it won't be that. It's simple changing of verbiage and clarifications of it. That's all it is that the legislature and you are asking to do. So it's a house cleaning board function. We just did it over at Arrowhead 1. And it's required to be done every 10 years. So you know how the legislature sees it. That's it. And I'll give us an expert opinion on that because I know they just did it. We just got notified. So I'll ask Mike about it.
Okay, I do think that we need to check things out a little more. I'm not saying no that we shouldn't do that, but I agree that while we have litigation, until that gets settled, we shouldn't do any more. Remember right, last year, we asked for people to volunteer to do that, and there was...
Nobody volunteers, you have to ask them.
Nobody volunteers. I've asked people, and they've said no to.
But why can't we just hold?
And that's where, when I asked you, you would have it.
I said, yeah, but I said no at the time because I was on the board. So,
Okay.
Do we agree to table it though?
Yes.
Yes.
I agree to table it.
Those agreeing that we table the issue for,
I second.
yes, Judge.
I agree to table it.
Second.
because we have litigation, we'll table this until that is settled. Let's see, is there any other new business?
Yeah.
Yes,
On attendance, it looks like we've had a lot better luck Saturday afternoon at the library than evening meetings. So I would just suggest that for future annual meetings, the board consider coming back here on Saturday.
How does that go over with anybody? Now, one thing with, yeah, the use of the library is free as long as it's within the library hours. And for us, a Saturday or Sunday afternoon is the only time that it's available. We have it outside the hours, and they charge just about like the church did.
Is there any charge for this room?
Not today. As long as we do it within library hours, then there is no charge. So this is, that would have to be a Saturday meeting, which by our bylaws, we're supposed to be doing it on a Monday. We can't get the room at the church until a Tuesday, because they're booked on Mondays. And the school no longer allows any outside. I've checked with several other associations that have a meeting room. They no longer are allowing outside people booked in, and they all charge. So, I mean, the Tomoka Methodist Church was the only one that I found, and they charge $150 plus the setup fee for the janitor. So the total is $175. So
Anybody here a member of the Elks, Moose, any of that? I mean, they got lodge rooms that, you know, are relatively cheap. I'm an elk. I can find out what they cost.
Okay, but this is, our bylaws say we have to do, we're supposed to be meeting on, on Monday, which we have changed it to be a Tuesday, just because that's when we get a room. So,
Things in the contract.
So Saturday.
Yeah, that's one of the small changes to be made in the bylaw.
Well, we can consider an ordinance an appropriate, the most recent appropriate time.
Jen?
Why can't anybody that's an elk member try to see if we can get the elks on a Monday night? And we're within the bylaws the way they read now.
Okay.
I mean, that's just a suggestion.
Right.
The other suggestion I already gave you also are church, because we're members of the church, obviously, we can have it for
And
free
which church
also.
is that?
Only Beach Union Church down in Vigo.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, it doesn't matter, I'm sure a lot of people's churches are the same. As long as the
No, they
church-
charge.
No, free from members.
What we were just at, used to be to have charges.
Well, anyway, ours does not.
Because
Ours does not.
you checked, the principals, because they said no.